After midnight may be over, but Joe Firestone isn't done with late night just yet. The comedian and former head writer for the Taylor Tomlinson-hosted CBS series popped up on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon Tuesday night, this time as a correspondent. During Fallon's monologue, Firestone anchored a new segment called Cold Takes, a street bit that asks New Yorkers for their opinion on hot-button topics while they plunge their heads into buckets of ice water. The first subject up for literal cold critique? Donald Trump's proposed Big Beautiful Bill. Participants delivered their takes between gasps while an underwater camera captured every gurgled reaction. Firestone deadpan as ever narrated the madness. The appearance marked Firestone's first non-guest return to Tonight since her days as a staff writer from 2016 to 2018, when she was a frequent on-air presence. Past roles included characters like Miss Backup Ohio USA Kellyanne Conway and Betsy DeVos, as well as appearances as herself in product demos and other field pieces in Rockefeller Plaza. Since leaving Tonight, Firestone has stayed deeply embedded in the late-night world, contributing to shows like Zee on Showtime and After Midnight, where she served as head writer until its series finale earlier this month. She's also returned to Tonight a handful of times as a stand-up, but this marks her first time back in a sketch. Also out this week, Firestone's debut comedic thriller novel Murder on Sex Island, published Tuesday by Bantam Books. Watch the full Cold Takes segment below. A new chapter for Joe Firestone. The late-night landscape may have bid farewell to After Midnight, but comedian and writer Joe Firestone is far from done with the genre. On Tuesday, August 12, 2025, Firestone made a triumphant return to The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, stepping into the spotlight as a correspondent during Fallon's monologue. Her new segment, Cold Takes, delivered a fresh dose of her signature deadpan humor, proving that she remains a force in late-night comedy. Firestone, who served as head writer for CBS's After Midnight with Taylor Tomlinson until its recent finale, brought her unique comedic flair to The Tonight Show with a street bit that had New Yorkers dunking their heads into buckets of ice water while opining on hot-button issues. The debut topic, Donald Trump's proposed Big Beautiful Bill, with an underwater camera capturing every gasp and gurgled reaction. Firestone's dry narration elevated the absurdity, leaving audiences in stitches. Cold Takes, a chillingly funny concept. The Cold Takes segment is a masterclass in blending physical comedy with social commentary. As New Yorkers braved the icy plunge to share their thoughts, the segment leaned into the chaos, with participants delivering half-frozen opinions between shivers. Firestone's unflappable delivery as she narrated the madness added a layer of hilarity, making the segment an instant standout. The underwater camera capturing every contorted expression was a stroke of genius, amplifying the comedic stakes. This wasn't just a one-off gag. Cold Takes feels like a segment with staying power, perfectly suited to Firestone's ability to find humor in the absurd. The combination of real-world reactions, a ridiculous premise, and her deadpan commentary struck a chord with viewers, who took to social media to praise the bit's originality. One fan posted on X, "Joe Firestone's Cold Takes is the late-night segment we didn't know we needed. Hilarious." Another wrote, "Joe's back on Fallon and killing it. More Cold Takes, please." Firestone's history with The Tonight Show. Firestone's appearance marks her first non-guest role on The Tonight Show since her tenure as a staff writer from 2016 to 2018. During that time, she was a frequent on-air presence, embodying characters like Miss Backup Ohio USA, Kellyanne Conway, and Betsy DeVos, as well as appearing as herself in product demos and field pieces around Rockefeller Plaza. Her versatility and sharp comedic instincts made her a fan favorite, and her return as a correspondent feels like a Tonight Show. Firestone has remained a staple in late-night comedy. She contributed to Showtime's Zee and took on the head writer role for After Midnight, where she helped shape the show's quirky, game show-inspired format. She's also returned to The Tonight Show periodically as a stand-up comedian, delivering sets that showcase her whimsical style. However, her Cold Takes segment marks her first foray back into sketch comedy on the show, signaling a potential new chapter in her relationship with Fallon's team. A busy week for Firestone. Firestone's Tonight Show appearance wasn't the only milestone this week. On the same day, August 12, 2025, her debut comedic thriller novel, Murder on Sex Island, was published by Bantam Books. The book, blending her trademark humor with a darkly comedic mystery, has already generated buzz for its irreverent take on the thriller genre. Fans and critics alike are eager to see how Firestone's comedic voice translates to the page, with early reviews calling it a wild, laugh-out-loud ride. Her ability to juggle multiple projects, writing for TV, performing on screen, and now publishing a novel underscores Firestone's versatility. As one commenter on X noted, Joe Firestone is out here writing novels, doing sketches on Fallon, and probably planning her next podcast. Is there anything she can't do? Her multifaceted career continues to resonate with fans who admire her relentless creativity. The legacy of After Midnight and Firestone's late-night impact. The cancellation of After Midnight earlier this month left a void in late-night comedy, but Firestone's return to The Tonight Show suggests she's not slowing down. As head writer for After Midnight, she played a pivotal role in crafting a show that blended comedy with interactive games, earning praise for its fresh approach. While the show's end was a disappointment, Firestone's work helped elevate its profile, and her transition back to The Tonight Show feels like a natural next step. Her history in late night extends beyond The Tonight Show and After Midnight. Firestone's contributions to The Chris Gethard Show and her podcast Dr. Game Show have cemented her as a beloved figure in alternative comedy. Her ability to navigate both mainstream platforms like NBC and more experimental spaces speaks to her range and adaptability. As one industry insider remarked, Joe Firestone brings a spark to everything she touches, whether it's a network talk show or a niche podcast. Why Cold Takes works. The success of Cold Takes lies in its ability to tap into the absurd while staying grounded in Firestone's understated humor. By placing ordinary New Yorkers in an outrageous situation, dunking their heads in ice water to discuss political proposals, the segment captures the chaotic energy of modern discourse. Firestone's narration, delivered with her characteristic deadpan, serves as the perfect counterbalance to the over-the-top reactions, creating a comedic rhythm that feels fresh yet familiar. The segment also reflects The Tonight Show's ongoing evolution under Jimmy Fallon. Known for its viral-friendly sketches and celebrity-driven content, the show has increasingly leaned into creative field pieces that resonate with younger audiences. Cold Takes fits this mold, offering a bite-sized, shareable moment that's already gaining traction online. As late-night TV navigates a changing media landscape, segments like this keep The Tonight Show relevant and engaging. What's next for Joe Firestone? With Murder on Sex Island hitting shelves and Cold Takes making waves, Firestone is at a career high. Fans are already clamoring for more appearances on The Tonight Show, with some speculating that Cold Takes could become a recurring segment. Given Firestone's track record, it's likely she'll continue to surprise audiences with her unpredictable brand of comedy. Her return to The Tonight Show also raises questions about the future of late-night comedy. As traditional talk shows face challenges from streaming platforms and fragmented audiences, talents like Firestone, who can seamlessly blend writing, performing, and producing, may be key to the genre's survival. Her ability to create content that's both accessible and innovative positions her as a vital voice in the industry. Join the conversation. What did you think of Joe Firestone's Cold Takes segment on The Tonight Show? Are you excited to see her back in the late-night world? And will you be picking up a copy of Murder on Sex Island? Share your thoughts and join the conversation about Firestone's latest endeavors. For more updates on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon and the latest in late-night comedy, stay tuned.